Hello, motherfuckers! No, I'm just kidding. Where do I fucking begin? It has been a fucking. What's it been? A month now since I made the last one? Um. Yeah, sorry so much for the fucking wait. My sincerest apologies. Um. But I promise it was worth the wait. Um. I don't even know where to fucking begin. I'm like so excited. And I don't want to like say one thing before the other. Um. First things first, the reason it just took me so long is because I just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And I mean, it's a great time to come back. I mean, it's a good catch up, but no, I wanted to do at least one or two before, but I kept putting it off and but this might be a little long, so I'm just gonna try and speed through a few quick things. But honestly, this past week has been probably honestly the the best week of my life. And there's obviously some pointers that you could really point out and would be debatable. Um, but I've never felt like I have like this past week ever before in my entire life. I mean, just I feel like so much shit has just came together and I feel like I'm finally living for once. I feel like I'm finally living my life for once. And I mean, it's fucking great. I mean, especially if you know me personally, it has been a fucking journey. And I'm sorry I'm cussing so much, um, but I grew up around it a lot. It's a bad habit, and I try to stop, but obviously everything is easier said than done, and I'm trying to focus on one thing at a time. You know, gotta have your priorities straight. And also, I think this is the first time in my life that I was smart enough and at the point where I can actually make decisions for myself. And actually, I feel like this is the first time in my life that I've actually put in place a plan in my head and like went through with it. Um, I'm hoping that I can eventually go through everything that I've done to try and help out as much as I can to explain, what I've done. Because again, I've just came such a long fucking way and it's only the beginning and I just feel like I'm on the edge and on the brink of like in a good way of just like I feel like I've been on like the other side of the wall for so long and I feel like I'm just coming up right against it just ready to fucking cross over it or, puncture through it or blast through it or so it's honestly it feels so fucking great. I've never felt like this before in my life. It's actually funny because um just this past Saturday I'm pretty sure I actually had a panic attack, which I've never felt in my life. And it's only funny because then the very next day I was like in such a good vibe and like I've never felt before. And obviously, there's still cons, but I'm trying to only focus on the positives and that's literally what you have to do. You can't let emotions get in between your decisions and this is a big one. This is a big fucking theme of the week. No matter what you're doing, If you think something is right, fucking do it. Before I get into it, so many fucking people have tried talking me out of this. It's actually disgusting. Because, you know, it's what they're used to, and, it's what they've seen. And, that's not something they would like, or, that's not that's not something they would do. But the whole time I'm just thinking in my head, honestly, I'm just thinking, shut the fuck up. And that's putting it nicely. Because like I said, I feel like this is the first time in my life that I was able to finally make a decision for myself and be happy with it and think it's a smart decision, and people try to fucking talk me out of it, especially. And it's just so crazy, like, to see that once you finally get over the line where you just don't give a fuck what anybody says, and you're gonna do what the fuck you set out to do, and gonna fucking do it anyways, no matter how much shit tries to fucking push you back. And it's honestly mind blowing. And there's so much shit I just want to say right now to like explain like how I got to this point. I don't want to make this terribly long, but at the same time, it's just I want this to be so fucking good and help as many people as I can, and like help like just like, share my experience to what I go through, what I went through, and how the fuck to just get out and just get up and just fucking push and push and push, no matter how many fucking times you honestly just want to fucking end it. No matter how many times fucking people tell you to just stop or give up, and no matter how many times you tell you yourself like you just don't want to fucking do it anymore. You just keep pushing and pushing and pushing as hard as it fucking is. But against all fucking odds. And to just keep going. It feels like it just never fucking ends. And I'm glad that I'm at the point where I can say and promise that it gets fucking easier. I never in my life until this week, obviously, I've said it to myself a few times before, because throughout it all, you just have to have fucking hope. A little, even just a little, will go a long fucking way. But you just need to fucking stick it out. As hard as it fucking is, you're gonna fall down, and you're gonna fall down again and again, and you're gonna get fucking beat down. You're gonna get kicked on the ground, and you're gonna get fucking stomped on and run over. But you just, no matter fucking what, it doesn't matter how long it takes you, each and every fucking time you fall, get the fuck back up. That's all you can do. Make sure that you get to the point where that's your only fucking option, is to just get the fuck back up. And as you do that time after time, it gets fucking easier. It gets easier because you just fucking spring out and get up. And it gets easier because A, it becomes a habit, and you start doing it fucking subconsciously. And you get to the point that you really just fucking enjoy what you're doing. Like everything just fucking falls into place, and like you have your shit fucking planned out. You have that fucking dream, that picture in mind. And there's just so much shit that I want to like get across. And I feel like this thing's going to just be so fucking long, but I promise you it is so fucking worth it. I should have obviously wrote some shit down before I started this, but I like just jumping in the shit and figuring shit out throughout the fucking experience, because I personally, that's how I roll. I think that's how you should do it, in my opinion. Just because you can just sit back and just think of all these fucking questions and get so overwhelmed just thinking about shit, and sometimes you're not gonna know all the fucking answers. So just fucking jump in and just fucking figure it out once you're in there. It's not gonna be fucking easy. You're not gonna fucking know everything, or maybe even anything. But if you put in the time that effort, the consistency, if you fucking just keep getting up and up and up again and again and again, eventually the wall's just gonna fucking tip right the fuck over. And you're gonna like, and then there's like nothing pushing back against you. Once you get past that fucking wall, it, you don't, it's like you don't have to fucking worry about anything because everything is just fucking, it's, once you get up the fucking hill, it's just a fucking snowball in a good way. You just have to get the fuck up and get up again and again and again. Some things that I really want to point out is specifically, if you know me, you know that, or if you have me on Snapchat at least, you know that I have been wanting to get this car. And that's specifically what I've been talking about. I don't want to get it to it just yet, but um something I want to point out is I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I fucking saw this car, I was like like it's literally like I can't even explain it. Like I was just fucking ecstatic. Like I can't explain how fucking like just in the moment and like if it just felt like I was in the right place at the right time. And I'm not gonna lie, this is the most fucking stressful I've been with something, but kept with it because I took it into my own fucking hands. I feel like people didn't take me seriously, and I feel like everyone was just trying to fucking talk me out of it. And if you go around listening to what every single fucking person says, you're gonna stay right the fuck where you are, or you're gonna go back fucking 3 steps. So, I wanted to mention that, but then my main point is I'm not gonna lie. I honestly thought I was just being impulsive, but deep down it was something else inside me. It was a gut feeling, and always trust your fucking gut, okay? Now some people may seem like or could say that I'm being a little bit dramatic, and so fucking be it. But I was I tried to hop on this thing as soon as fucking possible. Um because I was that serious about it and because I didn't want to getting pulled right out from underneath of me. So I did the absolute best I can. Um, but long story short, I honestly thought I was being impulsive, and that's what has honestly scared me recently. I feel like my depression has been like so low, but I feel like my anxiety kind of took it up a notch to compensate, and I feel like I've been so fucking impulsive lately, but it's for all good things. So I haven't really been sure if I've been doing the right thing or not. And turns out I have. I was able to realize that today. And the reason I know that is, I guess, basically what I mean by all good things is like I've just been making so much fucking decisions that I've never made before in my entire fucking life, and that's why I feel impulsive, but it's all good things, and it's like shit I've been wanting to do my whole entire fucking life, and now everything is just all coming together at once, like it's clashing, and why I feel like my anxiety's like sprung up a little bit, but at the same time, like I honestly got overwhelmed just because the one day at work I was just fucking busting my ass off and it felt great, but like my anxiety was just up and I was doing a great fucking job and I feel like I've been doing a great fucking job and but I feel like I keep saying sorry to some people because I'm just like, I feel like I'm being so fucking annoying because like I've never talked like I even told my best friend, I'm like, I don't think I've talked more this week than honestly what feels like, in all of my fucking time talking about myself, like therapy, or even just, I feel like I've fucking talked more in the last week that I have in my entire life. So it's just crazy, and I feel like another thing I was just so anxious about is because I'm just so fucking scared to just crash and burn, but like I said, I'm just fucking riding until my wheels fall off because I'm gonna just fucking ride it out because that's all you can do. Like I'm not just gonna sit around and be worried. I'm gonna take advantage of this fucking situation. But on the bright side, um, going over to another thing I wanted to say, linking it to this is, last time I saw my psychiatrist, I was like, I just restarted on this medicine, um, that I'm like 90% sure it's actually the one I tried overdosing on before. But there's a catch to it. Um, Part of that was actually because, part of it was because of alcohol. I want to say I feel like most of it was because of alcohol, but then again, I was also in a different situation, so it's hard to say. But I was recently put on this medication, and so the next time I saw my psychiatrist, I was telling her like I feel like this is working, but it's not near as much as I want it to work. And so what I mean by that is I told her I feel like I used to have maybe a good day or two, if I'm lucky, every 2 weeks to a month, if even that. And I just feel like I was always waiting around for a good day to happen, just every so often. And then I told her, after this past month, before the last time, like when I increased it, I feel like I feel like I had like 4 good days, then a bad week, and then 4 good days and a bad week. And in my head, even though it didn't feel like that, I took it as having a good week, a bad week, a good week, a bad week. And I was talking to someone else before about, mental health and shit, and I told him I like looking at like that rather than looking at days because you can count the days that you're bad and like go day by day and just look at the days and like, hey, this is a good day, and shit days. But I'd rather look at weeks because you can have the worst fucking day and then still turn out to be a good week. So I feel like you're just kind of sitting around to have a good day rather than looking at, because it's a lot, in my opinion, it's a lot harder to have a good day after it's been shit than it is to have a shit day and then have a rest of the good week. Because, once you start off your day shit or something drastic happens, it's really fucking hard, but you can get over it in, just a few days. So, so with that being said, my point is, so since I was seeing it as a good week, bad week, good week, bad week, as much as I am afraid to crash and burn, I'm already looking ahead. Let me get my hand in here. I'm already looking ahead to, if I do crash, I'm already looking ahead to that time after that where I'll come back again. So if I keep going like that, either the time in between is just gonna get shorter, or I'm just gonna keep fucking going and it's just gonna fucking continue. And I'm gonna go like that until, of course, I have a bad day or maybe a bad week. But I used to be afraid, or I used to, so I went from used to sit around to having a good day, once in a fucking blue moon, like once or twice a month, to going to having a good week, a bad week, a good week, a bad week, to having right now I'm in having a good week, and the last week I feel like it was a little longer than it, or like than a week, but like a long bad week if that makes sense. But I also feel like I'm now having a good long week, or at least I mean I feel like the past I mean I guess the week kind of just started, but at the same time I feel like the last, at least 7 days have been great, but I'm also just seeing that because I feel like the last 2 days, especially, or maybe even 3 days, have just been, or even just the beginning of the week, or what the fuck ever. I just feel like it was so good, and I feel like the days are just so long because I was just busting my fucking ass and like fucking just really cracking down on like shit and like, and don't get me wrong, um, It's it's not fucking easy at all. I don't want to make it sound easy at all. I've been for as long as I've known that I've had mental health issues, or in the beginning just depression, because honestly I didn't know what the fuck bipolar was. I didn't know what anything else was besides, honestly, from the beginning when I was younger, I knew of depression, but I honestly didn't even know anxiety was what it was. I thought it was just a feeling, like another word for being anxious, honestly, or not anxious, sorry, another word for being nervous, or just another word for being scared. Obviously, it's a lot more than that, and honestly, still to this, well, not necessarily this day, but just recently, I've been realizing more and more just how much that affects me. And so back to what I was saying, I think from the time that I actually realized there was something wrong, it's really hard to say because obviously, as you know, but honestly, I think I started realizing something was wrong when I was 15. I am now 21 years old, so it's been a fucking journey. Um, but after a whole fucking 6 years, obviously, I'm not done. I'm gonna keep fucking going and keep going and keep going until my wheels fucking fall off. And you know what the fuck I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get the fuck back up. And I'm gonna keep going and going and going. And then I'm gonna fall right back down again. And then I'm gonna get right the fuck back up. Cause no matter fucking what, get up. If you have to, pause this right fucking now. Go fucking do what the fuck you've been putting off. If especially like it takes 5 fucking minutes, I guarantee it, of what one of the things you're probably thinking of that you're just keep fucking putting off, putting off, putting off. Stop right the fuck now. I'm telling you. Just go fucking do it. Come back and finish this. But do what the fuck you're putting off. Because you want to do it. I know you want to fucking do it so bad. I've been there. So go fucking do it. It gets easier. You just need to stick with it. And you you just have to push through. But don't fucking burn yourself out. If you try and do too much at once, you're gonna fucking crash and burn, and then you're gonna be more upset because you crash and burned, and you're gonna be upset because you're not doing it because you tried too hard. Start fucking small. A good one for me, I would say, well, there's two. One's easier than the other. When you first wake up, drink a glass of water. It sounds silly, I know, but it's easy. It's stupid silly. Or, sorry, Jesus Christ. It's stupid easy. So just fucking do it. Just try it. And come back and let me know how it worked out for you. This one I've been dealing with since fucking as far as I can remember. Find a fucking time that works best with your schedule to wake up. Don't fucking start where you want to wake up. You want to wake up 5 a.m.? Don't fucking set your alarm for 5 a.m. Okay? Don't be an idiot. You need to be at work at fucking 8 o'clock. Don't fucking wake up at 7:30. Start at fucking 7 if that gives you enough time to make it there. But make some fucking breakfast. You know, get a shower, brush your fucking teeth, 'cause you're supposed to. I struggle with it too. Brush your fucking teeth. Get your ass out of bed and go to fucking work. Okay? I know you don't want to, but self-discipline is self-respect. If do you want to love yourself? If you want to love yourself, get some fucking self-control. Okay? Trust me. But as I was saying, pick a fucking time that you can get up between that you want to get up and that you are getting up. Eventually, honestly, I'm not a fucking morning person by any means at all, but it takes time, honestly. I never thought I would be a morning person, and look the fuck at me now. So, I maybe eventually want to get up at least at 6, if not before that. You know, 5 a.m. club. It's the fucking goats, right? But I fell into a slump for the longest time, and I'd wake up anywhere between fucking, you know, 7 and 7:30, and just be fucking so fucking bothered, just so fucking anxious every time because I have to fucking rush, and then I'm fucking either just on time for work or I'm late, and I just feel terrible because, I feel like I should be on time, and this person I feel is like looking down on me or whatever and judging me because I can't even fucking show up on time. I've been here for how long and I can't show up on time. Shut up. Just shut up. Okay? So, obviously, I took my time. I took baby steps. I first started at 7. Time goes by, I'm not waking up between the right time, and then I start forcing myself to go to bed at the same time every day. I did that for a week until I kind of tried to see if I could change my sleep medicine, and that kind of threw me the fuck off. So I'm trying to get back to that, but it's hard. It's a lot easier to stick with something once you're doing it. I mean, you should know by now, it's a lot easier said than done, but I mean, what I meant to say was, you just have to get fucking started. So, like I said, for a while I was waking up at roughly 7:30. Then I slowly, maybe like 7:20, 7:15, and this is weeks, months, like maybe not months, but weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and then it was, 7:10, 7:05, 7, and then for that time that I went to bed at the roughly, I try to keep it within an hour. I try to keep it, well, the week I was doing, I tried to keep it between 8:30 and 9:30, and then wake up between, I think 6:30 and give or take. Um, but I would, um, so I'm pretty sure I went to pretty close to 9:30 to 6:30 almost every day for a week. Um, I'm correct. If not, then it was at least 4 out of 7. I know that's a big difference, but it when you're actually in the moment, like if you have at least that much, it feels mostly consistent. It's obviously a lot better than, one day I go to bed at fucking 12 a.m. and then the next day I go to bed at 8 and wake up later and then fucking this is what my sleep bars would look like because I keep track of it on my phone. And so basically, sorry I'm fucking taking so long to explain this, but I hope you're getting something out of this. But so I tried that. I tried 6:30 and then the mess with my medicine. I fell off and now I'm back down a little bit, but I found a happy medium at the moment at 6:45. I still maybe eventually want to get it to at least 6:30, maybe 6, maybe before that. But for right now, I'm I'm right here. And maybe within the next week or the next 2 weeks to a month, I'll go up by, 5, 10 um minutes. Then keep going and keep going and keep going. Because it's a lot easier to increase something once you're actually fucking doing it than to just well, not throw yourself into something because I think you should do that. But also, I think you should throw yourself into something to see how you do, but then you should calm it down and find a happy place. Um, but what else did I want to say? I forget. But let's just dump. Yeah, let's just dump. Let's jump to the most important part that probably everyone has been waiting for, if you even watch this long. If you have, I fucking love you. Thank you for all your fucking support. You mean the world to me. You deserve this. But if you have, leave a comment, let me know. And if you want, like it or dislike it. I can't really see it anymore, so it doesn't matter to me any, right? So, but I hope you enjoy this. But anyways, to get to the point. So I wanted this car. I saw this car as soon as I saw it. As soon as it pulled up, like someone that I work with was pulling it up or whatever. I was interested and already asking him questions about it. And I was going to deliver parts, and honestly, I would not leaving until I've put in my word about this. Because it was clean. It was honestly the fucking cleanest old car that I've seen. And it was a 99 Ford Escort. And I had my first car was actually a 98 Ford Escort, I believe. No, I paid exactly 1100 for it. It was a piece of shit, but it lasted me 2 years. And I fucking loved that thing. Honestly, I obviously would fucking take one now if I could. Um, maybe I spoiled that already, but so I put my word in, and I was getting yelled at by this one guy to go fucking deliver parts, and I'm just like letting these people know. I'm like, yo, if you fucking set, like, make sure you let me at least fucking test drive that before you sell it. So, skip a little bit. I fucking uh go deliver these parts. I'm pretty sure as soon as well, yeah, just about within maybe at most a half an hour. The guy I talked to, and no one was taking me seriously. Like a two kids when I said something, they were kind of like laughing about it, I guess, or whatnot. And then I went to the higher up. And I was like, dude, let me fucking look at this. I'm really interested. I just feel like the whole fucking time I wasn't being taken seriously. So honestly, on the drive, I went and texted, the higher up, even higher, and put in my word. And as soon as I get back, This salesman that was dealing with the vehicle, I was actually a trade-in. Um, he actually just um got a check for it or whatnot, and he was waiting for a ride home. And the salesman comes up to me, he's like, "Yo, do you want to give this guy a ride home and give you a chance to test drive?" I was like, "Oh my God." So it was actually a really fucking great experience because I got to drive the car and not just that, but take the owner home. So again, I feel like I was being annoying as shit with him, but I just kept, asking him questions. And he was a really good, he's a really cool dude, and he was a bit older, and that's probably why he's in such great fucking shape. But it was really cool, and not gonna lie, if obviously neither of us would have known this, but if he would have gave it to me, I would have gave him what he was offering, but obviously neither of or what he was willing, what he wanted, because he ended up not getting it, which I personally think was ridiculous. But that's just me. Um, Obviously I know how business works. But so anyways, skip a little bit. Um, so I get back from the drive. Um, as soon as I come in, I'm like, dude, I want it. Make sure I fucking get this. Don't fuck me over. You know, I want this fucking car. And um, basically, next thing you know, um, well, there's some stuff I wish I could say that I think it's best if I don't. But basically, long story short, um, this other guy test drive it. Um, he put up an offer and they didn't take it. Again, long story short, I would wish I could say some stuff, but I think it's best if I don't. Um, so I was kind of worried, wondering what the hell they were doing with it, and um, but I was happy to find out that they didn't take it. Um, at first I thought it was they offered him, but he offered and they turned him down. So it was just so fucking confusing. I was so like so much information was misled, and our I mean, you could probably say this for any company, but communication is fucking shot. Um, but um, so I'm like trying to I'm like freaking out because I'm like, I can actually fucking have a chance to get this, but like, how am I gonna get the money? And like, they're telling me that they need it all up front and whatnot because it's an older car, you can't finance it, and someone's telling me get a personal loan and like shit like this. So, um, but I'm afraid because I'm not sure how much it's gonna be and what is wrong with it. Um, because they're not putting it through the shop, and I was afraid that they're just gonna auction it. And I'm like just fucking absolutely overwhelming myself with it, and like honestly just getting my anxiety up. But like I said already, I mean, if I didn't, I'm pretty sure I did. But like I said, this is the first thing, and well, yeah, just I think, if not the most thing that I've been like super anxious about, but really just pushed my fucking self through it until I got fucking answers. I took this in my own hands and got what the fuck I wanted. And so that's really just have to do. And so many fucking people talked me out of this. And like some people were like, "Oh yeah, well, you know, they're weird about selling to their own customers." And you know, this is other people's words, not mine. Just want to make that clear. Um, but like saying stuff like that and don't get your hopes up and I would get it if it's a manual, but it's not a manual. It's not worth it. Why do you want that old thing? And like this is wrong with it. And um, it doesn't have power windows, and all it has is a radio and CD. And I'm just like, dude, I've had one fucking before. I know what it's look like. Leave me the fuck alone. And then people were like, what I feel like is lying, but in their head it's fucking joking, and they're just like, dude, they just sold your car, or dude, this person wanted it, and oh, they just fucking sold your car, or oh, they're gonna fucking auction it, blah blah blah. I'm just like, shut the fuck up. And it just really shows you that don't listen to what anybody fucking says, because if you put in the fucking time and effort, you will get what the fuck you want. Don't listen to what anybody fucking says, unless of course, just in situations like this, you really are able to see who the fuck's there for you and real and fucking just like even just trustworthy, and who the fuck just wants to bring you down. And that's why it's just been such a great fucking experience, because not only did I like push myself through like the most anxious and what I felt like was impulsive decision that I thought I was making, to it, be realizing this is actually a great idea, and like trying not to overthink it. And don't get me wrong, there was times when I was like, I'm gonna get fucked over, or like this is gonna be a bad idea and maybe I'll regret it, and what the fuck if I fuck up. But again, like everyone says, fuck up while you're young. You gotta fucking take risks. And I mean, the only way you learn is if you fuck up. So just fuck up. I mean, just fucking throw yourself in it. You're not gonna know all the fucking answers. Get what you can if you want, but I mean, you're not gonna fucking, you know, I don't know the exact saying, but it's like, you're not gonna get out of fucking life alive. So just fucking shoot it. And I mean, it's just been a great experience, because again, I feel like this is the first decision that I've truly made by myself. Obviously, I've talked to people, like I talked to my dad, I talked to my best friend, and um I mean, I talked to a bunch of my friends, and we got like kind of everyone involved, and people were just talking me out of it, and it's honestly disgusting. And of course, um I was fucked up though. I didn't properly, or even, I mean, really even at all, said anything to my girlfriend. Um, so I fucked up, um, but I knew what was right, so I stuck with it regardless. And so far, like I said, it's been the best fucking week of my life, and it was the best fucking decision of my life thus far. So, um, I'm trying to fit in everything else before I say it. Um, so like I said, the car was clean as fuck. I ended up finding out that I only had 55 fucking miles on a 99 fucking Escort. I was like, when I heard that, I was fucking shocked. I was like, holy fuck, this is the fucking one. I really was. I really thought this was the fucking one. And so before I even left yesterday, the day of that I saw the vehicle, I fucking, you know, talked to the salesman and our finance guy, and all this shit. And honestly, before I even left, I fucking was pre-approved for a fucking loan, and I got it. And I mean, I'm still waiting for it, but um even still, I was freaking out. I was like, yo, this is fucking happening, but at the same time, what if it's not enough, and this and that. And um again, just misinformation was thrown around. And um but basically, They're actually asking more, but like I wasn't. I should try and keep what I say low just in case, but basically, before I was told an official price, which I honestly, actually, I'm not gonna say that yet. Basically, what I had in mind, or what they had in mind, maybe, if that's the easiest way I could put it, is was actually more than the loan I was able to get. But I was like freaking out. I was like, how am I gonna come up with this money? And but I fucking need this. I don't want to let it slip. This is the fucking one, and just fucking this whole experience was just so fucking overwhelming and anxious. And how many times I've just thought, what if this isn't right? And like I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with money. And it actually has been a great experience because it shows you just how far I'm willing to go for what I want when I don't have it, and the loopholes, or not the loopholes, but like the things I'm able to put together and let things fit and come together. And so I hate to keep dragging it along, but one thing that I also want to add is uh, about how I've came to the point where I'm not obviously the best. I'm still working on it, which just like anything, you should continue to work in it or work on it. You're always going to be a work in progress. You know what they say? You know, a wise man, you know, learns from everything and everyone, not average, but like I don't remember what the word was, but was like learns from himself and whatever. And it's like stupid people have all the answers. And it's just so true. And a wise person knows there's always something for him to learn or that he doesn't know. And the person that calls himself a wise man, um, I don't even know what the fuck the saying is. But it's basically, a person that calls himself humble isn't humble, kind of thing. Um, I guess it's just that, guy that calls himself a wise man isn't a wise man, I guess. Sorry, I just fucking butchered it. But, and I can't even properly pronounce my words. But, anyways, should I add anything else? So I was thinking, best possible scenario. I fucking get the car and either A, I'm able to, my plan was the best case scenario was to get the car and, fix what I can on the car I have now and either sell it or someone actually brought up my attention an idea that I would have never thought of is, actually to keep the car you have now because there's at least two people that's like, it's really good to have a spare car because, if something fucking happens, you're down a car and, however long it fucking takes to fix it, you're fucked. And so I was actually contemplating that. Um, so best case scenario, would get the car and either fix mine up, sell it, and or I would keep it just in case. Um, and the loan would help me pay for that. And I had one of my close relatives, say they would help me out. Um, so I just thought, and I didn't fucking mention this yet. I thought I was going to mention it, and then I just didn't. But basically, um, I, uh, I, when I was mentioning about me being better with money, I've gotten to the point where like each week I've kind of changed one thing, not each week exactly, but every so often I would change something about where the fuck my money's going, or uh, you know, what it's going into, or which account is like how much it's getting, or you know, what should come out of what account, and um, how much, again, how much like should I just, how should I split it, and you know, how much should I save, and you know, what minimum or percentage do I need to go into this account to cover what I need, and to have the rest for this and that. And I just each, basically what I'm saying is, again, you're not gonna have the answer, so it's a fucking work in progress. And I can probably tell you right now that I'm gonna continue to make changes as it goes on. But I've gotten to the point where, and I never would have thought like this before, um, but I've gotten to the point where I'm gonna take my money from my main source of income and either A, save it slash invest it, or B, bills. And then I'm gonna have a side hustle or eventually get to a point where I have passive income where I can A, maybe especially afford gas, because I don't necessarily count that as a bill, but I do because it's a necessity. But I'm hoping to get a side hustle here shortly. I'm waiting around for it to get set up. And then, you know, just in my fucking free time, just bust it out. And I'll use that for not just gas, but shit I actually want. Because I want to get to the point where I'm able to make another income for me to get where I want, and I can just save everything else for bills and investing. And I never would have thought about that until like just seeing everything come together, and it blows my mind because I feel like a fucking genius just because like I didn't think of it that way, but it just kind of threw up into my head kind of how like it would work without me thinking, you know, about what was actually happening, like what the event actually was, but I was watching it happen, if that makes sense. Um, Worst thing that happens is, you know, I've already gotten approved for the loan, and I'm pretty sure I should be getting it within the next day or two. Worst thing that happens is, you know, I don't get the car, and then I have a new loan for A, to pay off my student loans, B, to pay off my car, and to get my fucking 65 Chevy Impala on the fucking road. And honestly, looking at it now, I'm more excited for well, obviously, more excited now than for the Impala, than the Escort, especially. But it's just funny because like I've surrounded myself around this new environment, which again, sorry I'm fucking dragging this out, but I've always kind of wanted to work on cars, and I went from working at a fucking restaurant to knowing how to do your oil change, and I once replaced my serpentine belt on my well, yeah, my first Escort. Um, to fucking working as a parts guy, knowing like literally fucking nothing. I don't like to say lucky, but like I'm blessed to have gotten my job because the one guy didn't want to hire me, and the guy that actually did want to hire me got like and fucking investigated and shit and whatnot. So I'm fucking lucky to have my job, but I don't like saying luck. I don't. There's not a better word for it, but I don't like believing in luck. I feel like if you believe in luck, you're kind of relying on something. Because I feel like no matter what, if you put in the time, you put in the effort, and you put in the work, eventually it has to come together. There's no fucking way that it doesn't. Obviously, I mean, look where I am right now. It's fucking amazing, but it's not easy, and you just can't fucking give up. So, without further ado, can I get a fucking drum roll, please? You know, I have never been more happier or thought I would be so happy to say this, but I'm not getting the fucking car! And I'm happy about it. You know why? Because it was such a great fucking experience. Because it's not the fucking destination. It's the journey. And so what happened was they finally put it through the shop, and as clean as it fucking was, the underneath of it was absolutely shot. You know, and it's a 99, so obviously it'd be hard to find parts. That's not really what I was worrying about. Honestly, a few things here and there I wouldn't have mind, but it's rusted through the whole way out, transmission lines and brakes and a fucking, like an suspension arm and whatnot, and um I don't know, just all kinds of stuff. Um but I've never been happier to say that I'm not getting the car that I wanted so fucking much. And another reason it feels so fucking great is because I fucking, regardless of what the outcome was, I fucking put in the time and took it into my own fucking hands to get what the fuck I wanted, and I didn't let any fucking person talk me out of it. And I am absolutely fucking proud of myself. And not just that, but I am so fucking relieved because I don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't have to stress. There's at least one, if not a few people that, like, everyone knew in that fucking dealership that I wanted that fucking car. And I could name it, well, I'm not going to, but I could say that at least one, if not more people, really just thought I was gonna be fucking devastated. And now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm gonna keep that for number two, but the first thing I'm gonna say is I'm honestly not. I'm fucking relieved. Like I said, worst thing that happens, have a fucking loan to pay off my car that I have now. Maybe tidy up some stuff, pay off my fucking student loan, and get my fucking other fucking classic car running. And I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there might be something else. But I've never been happier to say it. Don't get me wrong, I was a little upset. I'm not fucking stupid, you know? Especially because, I would have pushed my limits and paid maybe a little over than I should have, but with it being like into consideration the market and how it is, and if I were to sell my car that I have now and looking at the Kelley Blue Book value, it would have definitely, you know, helped to like pay off this car and stuff and whatnot. Um, but what the hell was I saying? The second thing that I wanted to mention that just thought of was shit. I'm so sorry. What the fuck was I saying? I'm so gonna regret this later. Fuck. God damn it. Well, I mean, that's about it. That's about fucking it. I wish I remembered what the hell I was gonna say, but I've already dragged this fucking video out long enough. Um, but I wanted to put this in the intro, but I never remember, so I just want to say I'm not a fucking therapist. I don't consider this to be a replacement for therapy. I still 100% recommend that you get the help you need and fucking just start somewhere. Cause I mean, even if like, just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Just even if you just gotta find that tiniest bit of hope, and even just that one thing that you do that keeps you going, even though it makes no fucking sense. Just fucking stretch it. Just fucking hold on. As terrible and as awful as it is, I've fucking been there. I remember, I wish I remember what the hell I was gonna say. But other than that, thank you so much for fucking watching. 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 Thank you so fucking much for watching. If you watched this far, then you're fucking amazing. You know that? I fucking love you. And you're a real, you're real. And no, but all jokes aside, um, as Dove social awkward anxiety. What? No, I'm just kidding. Um, but if you watch this long, then I am so terribly sorry you had to deal with that. So, but I hope you got something out of it. There will for sure be plenty more to come. I'm gonna try and make them more consistent. I might just start out once a month, like I am with my music. Um, but I kind of want to get it to eventually maybe a week or at least 2 weeks. But for now, I'm gonna make it at least a month. But we'll go from there. Baby steps, consistency, keep fucking pushing. Fall down, get the fuck back up. Okay? Get the fuck back up, okay? I know it's hard. It's not just hard, it's fucking unbearable. But there's always a way, and there's nothing better than having options. A little hope will go a far way, long way. But anyways, I need to go the fuck to bed. But I also need to put some effects in there real quick for the drum roll and the you'll understand once you watch it. Doesn't make sense now, but anyways, I've been doing a 5-minute outro. So just get the fuck out. See ya.